In the name of Allah, hello my dear students in our distance learning by Mr. Mus'ad Sabir and the English supervisor Mr. Ahmed Shirbini. Al-Aus Private School for Boys. Our lesson today is for Traveler 4, Lesson 12, pages 34 and 35, Grammar. Now, my dear students, let's go to your notes. Please open your notes on page 34 and follow me. Today I will explain how to use all, both, neither, none. It's our first role for today. Let's differentiate between them. At first, we are going to talk about all. We use all for more than two people or things, and it's used in affirmative sentences and takes plural verb. Like this example: Ali, Adam, and Mike are going to the festival. They are all very excited. All of them are very excited. Here we use all, and instead of Ali, Adam, and Mike, they are more than two people. So we use all in the other sentence instead of them. And it takes the plural verb, like you see, all of them are, we can't say is here in this sentence. Now let's go to the word both. It's used for two people, things, and it's used in affirmative sentences and takes a plural verb. Like this example: Bill and Ted are cousins. They are two persons. So we use instead of them both. Bill and Ted are cousins. Both of them are in a team. Here also we use the verb in plural and the sentence in affirmative case. Neither is used for two people or things, and it's used in affirmative sentences and gives them a negative meaning. It takes a singular or plural verb. Like this example: Bob and Ted wanted to get a car. They are two. So we use neither. And the sentence here in affirmative case, but it gives a negative meaning. So we say neither of them have or has had one before. And we can use the word none. But none is used for more than two people or things, and it's used in affirmative sentences and give them a negative meaning, like neither. And it takes a singular or plural verb. But when we want to use neither, it's for two people only, but none for more than two people. Like the example: all my friends love chicken. None of them. Here we use none instead of the friends, all the friends. They are, or they may be 2 or 3 or 4 or more than 4. So here we use none of them likes or like vegetables. We can also use both and, either or, neither nor. Like you see, double conjunctions both and, either or, and neither nor link to words or phrases in the same sentence. They are used only in affirmative sentences. We use both and when something is true for two people or things. Like this example, both my cousin and my brother, they are 2 persons, go to a secondary school. But when we want to use either or, it's used when something is true for one only person, one of 2 people or things. Here, with both and, something is true for 2 people, but here something is true for one of the 2 people. Like this example, either he was too busy or he didn't want to come. Okay, but with neither nor, it's used when something is not true for 2 people or things. Like this example, neither Jake nor Jim like tennis. The 2 persons don't like tennis in this example. But here, the same person, he is speaking about the same person. Either he was too busy or he didn't want to come. And if he wasn't busy, he can come. And note, my dear students, that we use the conjunction and with both, and or with either, and nor with neither. Okay, now let's go to page 35. There is another role we should explain today. It's about the question tags. What are the question tags at first? The question tags are short questions placed at the end of a statement, and they are formed with an auxiliary verb and a personal pronoun. Okay? We use them when we are not sure about something or when we are asking for confirmation. And if the statement is positive, then the question tag is negative. Like this example, you spoke to Tom yesterday. Here, this statement in affirmative or positive, so the question tag must be in negative. Like you see, here we used the helping verb didn't and the pronoun you. But why? We use didn't instead of or because the verb here in the past. So we use did and put not after it, because the sentence here in affirmative, so the question tag must be in negative. And after that, we put the pronoun you after the helping verb. And if the statement is in negative, like you see in this example, then the question tag is positive, like this. The example is, you aren't coming to school tomorrow. Here the helping verb is in negative, so it must be in affirmative case in the question tag and followed by the pronoun you. There are some notes about the question tags. We must put them in our mind. The first one is when I use I am, or when the sentence starts with I am, the question tag must be aren't I. Like this example, I am your best friend, aren't I? The second thing, when the sentence starts with let's plus infinitive, like you see, the question tag must be like this. We must use shall we. So the example is, let's do something together tonight, shall we? And if the sentence starts with infinitive, like you see, open the window, the question tag must be like this: will or can or could you. Open the window, will you or can you or could you. And if the sentence starts with don't plus infinitive, the question tag must be like this: will you. Like the example, don't forget to call me, will you? And if the sentence starts with somebody, we use the pronoun they instead of somebody. And if the sentence here in affirmative, so it's here in the question tag must be in negative. But why we don't use is? Because I told you we use they instead of somebody, so we change is into are and put it into or in the negative case. The last thing you must note, we use nobody. If the sentence starts with nobody, the question tag must be like this. We use they instead of nobody, and the sentence here with nobody in negative, so the question tag must be in affirmative, like you see. And we use are instead of is because the pronoun here in plural. So the sentence must be like this: nobody is at home, are they? Okay, at the end, my dear students, I'd like to thank you for your follow, and I hope you understood how to use all, both, either, neither, none, and how to for the question tags. Thank you, and wait me in the next video. Lesson 12, exercises, pages 35 and 36.